Greetings viewers. Today I've got a video about Allan Moffat's 1969 Ford Boss 302 Mustang. This is a 1/18 scale model by Welly. As well as doing a video of this model, I'll show some pictures out of Allan Moffat's autobiography, Climbing the Mountain, that he wrote in conjunction with John Smales, released in 2017. I was lucky enough to get it signed by Allan. I think this was in 2018. Yeah, I got it signed at the Muscle Car Masters at Eastern Creek, or as it's better known today as Sydney Motorsport Park. Allan was born in Saskatoon in the Wheatbelt province of Saskatchewan in Canada, the 10th of November 1939. So Allan, he raced a few cars before he got up to his Mustang. Now, this Mustang was built by Carcraft in the USA. That was for the chassis work, and then it went on to Budmore Racing. Came to Allan unpainted or in primer. Allan with some of his staff members. Some of the Mustang in action. There he is in a stoush with Bob Jane. Famous battle at Bathurst at Easter in 1972 against Ian Gagan. There's as it pretty well sits today, as owned by David Bowden up in Queensland. Picture of Allan, the study of concentration behind the wheel of the Mustang. As well as Allan's book, I've used this issue of Australian Muscle Car. It's issue 16 from about 2004. Yeah, and they did a good write up on the car. Yeah, and there's a little article on the Allan Moffat Mustang model. A special offer for readers of Australian Muscle Car. They released 302 models, complete with a certificate, for the price of $299, signed by Allan himself. Yeah, that's not where I bought mine. I bought mine off Allan at the Muscle Car Masters one year. I think 2015. I paid $350 for it, which I think was one of the most expensive 118s I'd purchased, because I don't really like to purchase my 118s afterwards. Like, I prefer to buy them, but this particular model as much as I liked it, I didn't get it because of, one, the price, because at the time of this release, I think a lot of the 118s I collected were under $200. So this one, around the $300 mark, was $100 dearer, plus the idea of getting one by mail order in the post didn't really appeal too much. There it is as it sits today, which I think's a similar picture to what was in his book, if not the same one. There's an American version, but the 1970 car. Road-going version of the Boss 302 Mustang. But the interesting thing I found whilst reading up a little bit, the body shell of this car was actually a 351 Boss Mustang. I think maybe they went for the 351 for maybe a stronger body shell, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, look at the stance of the car, very low at the front. It's up at the back, but it's just because of how low the front is. I think the back of the car sat pretty low as well. Another one at Bathurst with Bob Jane at the front in the number 6 Mustang. Yeah, with the Weber carburetors. As it first raced in Australia with the number 38 and Ampol sponsorship before he switched to BP, and his number 9, which he used a bit over the years as well, especially with the Mustang. And there he is with it on the ground after it's landed from the USA. Yeah, there he is chasing Pete Gagan in the Super Falcon. Yeah, I didn't realise there was a poster from Bowden's Own in the middle of this magazine. I should have looked at that, and I would have got Allan to sign that for me. That would have been a good thing to have laminated. Yeah, that's when it raced in Brute 33 colours. I've got a resin scale model of it looking like this one. They also made a 118 of it in the Union's shipping colours when it raced in New Zealand on one occasion. In a video I did last week of some of my Welly cars, I already did show off this model. Yeah, it's got the opening doors. It's it has a really well detailed interior like most of the 118 models that you get. Yeah, it's got the drop tank at the back. Underneath, it's got the, what, you know, you'd think dual side pipes, but no, 4 pipes. What a weapon, eh? Or quad exhaust pipes. Yeah, just a real good-looking car. Yeah, there's the Boss 302. I think in the video last week I said it was a Windsor 302, but of course it's a Windsor block with Cleveland heads, I believe. I could have got Allan to sign this model, and I wish I did get it signed across this front piece, because the real car, Allan signed that, so it would have been a nice nod to that. I never got him to sign the actual model because I'm not a big fan of signed models, even though I'm a big fan of Allan's. Yeah, he was the first race driver that I really followed. As a young boy, I would have been just before I turned 5 in 1977, he won Bathurst with Jackie X from France, with his teammate Colin Bond and Allan Hamilton coming in second. Yeah, but this is really nice. Always interesting about this flower on the back. Flower power. As I said in the video I did last week, the boot doesn't open, but everything else does. Yeah, just a really nice looking model. It was later released, I think, by DDA, Diecast Distributors Australia, who also made the mini-me version of Allan. So this one's authentic to when he raced the Mustang. So yeah, when this car sits in the cabinet where I've got my Allan Moffat collection, this little model of Allan stands next to the car. Yeah, but just a great looking car. You know, so low at the front. And I think it was achieved by cutting down the shock absorber towers to get it really low, something like that. This car, it competed in 151 races, and it won 101 of them. I mean, just an absolute winner. But never won a championship. I mean, it doesn't make sense, because the car was that successful at the hands of Allan Moffat. The Allan Moffat 1969 Ford Boss Mustang by Welly.